What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package known as the American Jobs Plan, which is part one, and the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, which is known as part two, which may actually be combined back into one package and passed together as one through the reconciliation process. We also cover what's going on in the United States today. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates. And don't forget to hit the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. Okay, first, we have several different things to talk about. Stimulus checks, upcoming money coming out, some that's coming out in 30 days, as well as major decisions going on in the Supreme Court right now. There is right now 5 major Supreme Court cases going on right now that we will be having decisions on very soon, which will possibly change the landscape of our country going here in the near future. The first one is a challenge on Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, which millions of people get health insurance from. The future of Obamacare hangs in the balance this term, though many legal experts believe the landmark healthcare law will survive in some form. This is the third major challenge to Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, to reach the Supreme Court in roughly the last decade. The case arose when 18 Republican-led states sued after Congress in 2017 stopped enforcing a tax penalty on most Americans who refused to buy health insurance. The Republican challengers argued that the government's non-enforcement of the healthcare mandate rendered that the provision of the 2010 law illegal. Further, they argued that because the mandate is essential to prop up the entire law, its elimination should cause the entire Affordable Care Act to be wiped off the books. The court faces 3 options: reject the Republican argument and preserve the law altogether, remove the tax penalty while leaving the rest of the law intact, or strike down Obamacare entirely. Overturning former President Obama's signature legislation would throw more than 20 million people off insurance, health insurance, according to the Urban Institute. Next up is a court decision on same-sex foster parents and religious rights. The court will soon decide a case that pits the religious rights of a Catholic foster care agency against protections for same-sex couples. The dispute arose when Philadelphia cut ties with the foster agency after learning the group's religious convictions barred it from placing children in homes of gay and lesbian couples. And the Supreme Court will be deciding if this is allowed to happen or not in the near future. Next up, the Supreme Court justices will soon issue a decision that could change the scope of federal voting protections for minorities. The case comes as Republican-crafted voting restrictions make their way through different state legislators across the country, raising the stakes of the Supreme Court's forthcoming opinion. The case before the justices concerns a pair of voting limits in Arizona. One of the disputed policies requires election officials to throw out entire ballots cast in the wrong precinct, even for statewide races where a voter's polling place has no bearing on the outcome of the contest. The second Arizona policy at issue generally forbids so-called ballot harvesting, a practice that involves third parties collecting and delivering early votes. In addition to this, there is yet another major recount and audit over the presidential election going on yet again in Arizona. This is a very big issue. A lot of Republicans think that this could overturn the election. However, I will be covering this in an upcoming episode. Again, non-biased, not Republican, not Democrat, just a realist point of view of what is actually going on. Another big case is over student-free speech. A potential landmark First Amendment decision looms over a case concerning about how much control schools have over their students when they're not even on school grounds. The dispute arose after a high schooler took to social media to post a explicitive message trashing her school following her rejection from the varsity cheerleading squad. She was then punished with a year-long suspension, and the teen then filed a lawsuit against the school. Next up is a major court case on whether NCAA athletes should be paid for their sporting events such as football, baseball, and basketball. The NCAA counters and says that athletes should not be paid, and that allowing more generous compensation, besides basically just student scholarships, would erode the unique, quote, amateurism model that distinguishes college athletics from professional sports. Let me know your thoughts on this. This is a very interesting one to me because when you look at like sports like college football, and we think, well, I'm from Ohio, so we'll use Ohio State as an example. Their stadium seats over 100,000 people. They sell out every single game. Their stadium actually seats more than the Cleveland Browns stadium does. They sell out every single game for Ohio State, and yet they don't pay their players anything. In fact, we've seen instances where even a past Ohio State coach was fired for an athlete receiving some forms of compensation on the side, and the coach not like reprimanding them or kicking him off the team. So yeah, these athletes actually make more money for their schools than some NFL pro teams do, and yet these athletes get paid nothing except for a school scholarship, which many they get hurt in college, they never make it to the pros, and yet these college teams make millions or even billions of dollars. Some of these colleges have trust funds of billions of dollars as well, and yet don't pay a single dime besides compensation to go to school there to these athletes that are making these schools billions of dollars. Let me know your thoughts on that. It's a very interesting one to me. I personally think they should be paid. I don't think they should be paid as much as like an NFL professional athlete would, but some of these college teams make more than NFL teams and yet pay their players nothing. Democrat Representative Rashida Tlaib says, quote, one-time survival checks, talking about the last stimulus check, don't cut it when bills haven't stopped coming in every single month. We need monthly recurring $2,000 survival checks. This is actually pinned at the top of her Twitter account and is the most seen. It's the tweet that she wants people to see when they first go there. She is one of the leading representatives from the Democratic side right now that is pushing for a fourth stimulus check or even monthly recurring stimulus check. She is actually the co-author of a bill that has been introduced into the U.S. House of Representatives that could be included in the next stimulus package known as the American Families Plan. She's co-authored it with Democratic Representative Jayapal, who is the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, which is about half of all Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives, about 100 different members. Their bill is for a $2,000 one-time fourth stimulus check, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments that would go until 1 year after the pandemic is declared over. So a minimum of 12 monthly payments of $1,000 after the $2,000 stimulus check, because the economic recovery is going to take a lot more than just the next 30 days. 2008, 2009, it took 4 to 5 years for the economic recovery to get back to normal economic and unemployment levels. And that was when we didn't even have a virus to deal with. Now we have a virus to deal with, which we're hopefully coming out of. Of course, we have these new variants like the Delta variant that's highly contagious, and a lot of experts are very concerned about. Also, there's about 50% of all Republican men that do not want to get a vaccine at all. And experts wonder if that large group of population not willing to get a vaccine will hinder the herd immunity of the virus, especially when we get new variants coming in, as well as the new winter and fall season when we've seen the last set of the last fall, we've seen huge spikes. That's when we hit our all-time high of 300,000 new positive cases in just one day. A new survey that has come out says 95% of Americans believe that the COVID-19 stimulus checks have helped improve their financial health over this pandemic. And 95% of people feel that it has really helped them overcome this. It's interesting that it's only 5% people that say that because there's actually like 10% or more that didn't even receive a stimulus checks because they made too much income for over the income requirements. So yeah, 95% of people believe that the stimulus checks have helped them through this pandemic. Now, remember, we cover here on this show lots of different stimulus programs. There's a lot more than just the first three stimulus checks that you might be thinking about. There's mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, state stimulus checks, county stimulus checks, and state stimulus check programs. I just did a very, very good video on dozens of these programs. Even just one of these programs could put hundreds or thousands of dollars in your pocket. I'll link you to that at the end of this video, as well as we've seen these child tax credits, which are going to be going out 1 month from now or 1 month from tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. But yeah, new stimulus checks, as you can see here, right here on this headline, new stimulus checks are really coming 1 month from tomorrow. Here's how much you will get. This is pertaining to the child tax credits, which is a new provision passed from the third stimulus check package. It was in the third stimulus check package when you got your $1,400 stimulus checks. But in addition to that, there's going to be monthly stimulus checks going out to children, about 65 million children. Of course, the check goes to the person who claims the child as a dependent. These monthly payments, these monthly checks will be $300 per month for children under the age of 6 and $250 per month for children ages 6 through 17. And these will start on July 15th for a total of $3,600 for each child under the age of 6, which is the $300 per month, and $250 per month for children ages 6 through 17, or a total of $3,000. Now, these are checks just for children, basically. They go to the parent who claims the child as a dependent. Sometimes it goes to grandma or grandpa if they're the person who last claimed the child as a dependent on the most recent tax return. Sometimes it goes to mom or dad, or if mom and dad are together, it'll just go to the family. But it will go to the person who last claimed them as a dependent on a tax return, okay? This is only passed for 1 year. The second half, basically July through December, these monthly payments are going to go up. There's going to be a one lump sum payment of $1,500 for children 6 to 17 and $1,800 for children under the age of 6 from the first half of this year that you didn't receive the monthly payments for. You will receive that as a one lump sum on this year's tax return that you file next year, your 2021 tax return. You will be receiving a one lump sum for the first half of this year, basically on this year's tax return that you're going to file in like February, March, or April, or something like that. Now, don't worry, this is just for children. I get a lot of comments saying, what about people that don't have children? Well, first of all, if you got the first, second, or third stimulus check, you'll likely get the fourth stimulus check as well. If you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, you'll likely qualify for the fourth stimulus check as well. This is an extra provision that they threw in the third stimulus check package, okay? There's also Medicare expansion that they're looking to do to include hearing, dental, vision, and hearing aids for no additional cost, and possibly lower the Medicare eligibility age to age 60. And in addition to that, there's three different proposals for Social Security increases, two of which President Biden has had a hand in personally himself. I'll link you to my most recent video I did on that as well, with new information here at the end of this video. Now, for these child tax monthly payments that are going to be going out to 65 million children starting in July, there's a couple reasons why you may want to opt out of the monthly payments and just receive it as a one-time stimulus check, one-time tax refund. The first reason is a credit against money owed. So if you tend to owe the government money when it comes to tax time, you can simply not receive the monthly checks, and the IRS will say if you normally owe $5,000 and you're going to get a $3,000 child tax credit, they'll take that off the money you owe them, and then you will only owe them $2,000. However, the majority of people do not normally fall into this situation, but this could be one reason why you would want to opt out of the monthly payments. The other reason is if you prefer to get a one lump sum for spending, and maybe you want to use this for the purchase of a car, purchase of a house, or a major purchase. However, the majority of Americans, not necessarily you, but the majority of Americans, studies show that when they get a one lump sum of money, that a few months later it tends to be all gone and all spent. So if you're one of those people who tends to live paycheck to paycheck or close to it, you'd probably be better off taking the 6 months payments, basically July through December, and you're still going to get a one lump sum for the first half of this money, the first half of the year, $1,500 for children aged 6 through 17 and $1,800 for children under the age of 6. Now, if they continue this on, the Democrats are looking to extend this till 2025 and keep these monthly payments going to children. So as long as your child doesn't turn age 18, you're going to continue to get these monthly payments if they pass it in one of these next packages. It's one of the provisions they're negotiating on right now. Then you will get monthly payments for all 12 months. So I personally suggest that you take the monthly payments. Number one, you're getting the money early. So you're going to start getting the money in July, August, September, October, November, December, as opposed to having to wait until you get your tax return next year, which is, like April or May of next year. Okay. So you're going to get the money way early. You're going to get it in 6 monthly increments, and you're still going to get a one lump sum for kind of a decent amount for the first half of the year. That's just my opinion. If you want to just opt out of those monthly payments completely, you can. But again, you're going to have to wait much longer to receive your money. Now, remember, the Democrats are also pushing for a forced stimulus check for monthly even. There's two different proposals, just a forced stimulus check and for monthly stimulus checks. And one of those could happen in this next stimulus package. But that'll probably have to be passed through reconciliation, as remember, not a single Republican voted yes on the third stimulus check package. So it's just very likely that we won't get any Republican support for the next package, which is why I tend to say that Democrats want these next stimulus packages. It's not that I'm Democrat or Republican. Last year, when the Trump when when former President Trump was president, he was a Republican, and Mitch McConnell was in charge of the Senate. Everybody thought I was a Republican then. Oh, of course, I happen to be wearing a red shirt today. But I was just telling you what needed to happen. We needed Mitch McConnell's support. We needed President Trump's support because Republicans controlled 2 out of the 3, the Senate and the presidency. Now the Democrats happen to control all 3. So people think I'm a Democrat right now, but I'm not. I'm just telling you what needs to happen to get the next round of stimulus checks, child tax credits, Social Security increases, Medicare expansion to happen. And it's a very different situation than when I was reporting on last year when Mitch McConnell and President Trump were the president. Now it's President Biden, and the Democrats control the House, the presidency, and the Senate. So the Democrats can pass a certain amount of bills through the reconciliation process completely on their own. And when October 1st comes, which is about 3.5 months from now, the Democrats get a whole nother set of reconciliation cards where they can pass a whole nother set of multiple different packages and bills by themselves. But they only have about a year or a little bit more to do all this until the next midterm elections in 2022. Because if they lose a single seat in the Senate or a couple seats in the House, if they lose control of either one, the House or the Senate, they will no longer be able to pass bills on their own. And then, stimulus will probably be a different situation because you'll have to negotiate with the Republicans, who tend to be against the stimulus right now. They just are more concerned with like fiscal spending and being more fiscally conscious. So let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. I'll keep you up to date on everything. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new updates. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After subscribing, which is free to do, you can click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live with new videos. You can click this video here, which is my newest video on state stimulus checks, county stimulus checks, and other stimulus programs that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. And this video is my most recent video about President Biden's Social Security raise. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.